Good morning. It's Monday morning. I'm about half a week behind on my comics pick list. Had stuff going on last week. And anyway, here's what I got last week. I think you're all new. We got Demon, Hell is Earth, Etrigan Returns, great Ditko character. He and Jason Blood once again trying to get rid of each other. And hopefully this time he's not rhyming. It just gets annoying sometimes when they feel obligated to do that. And the worst part, of course, is not consistent. It depends on the writer and how clever they think they are. And usually it really doesn't work. So anyways, we'll look forward to see what's going on with that. And we have Fall of the Batmen, Part 1, Detective 969. United for the Last Time. We have a bunch of Robins and the Batman family together, and we'll see what goes on there. It doesn't say it's tied into metals, so who knows? Tiny and Four. I don't know his first name. He's written some of the metal tie-ins, and he's not bad. So we'll see what goes on here. If you're not reading the Gold Key characters being reinvented and rebooted by Dynamite, I think you're really missing out on stuff. Captain Atom, Turok, Magnus, all different takes on those characters. As I've said before, the only one I'm not crazy about is Dr. Spectre. It was kind of like, this hipster. And I'm guessing, considering the fact that they show him in the future, he changes along the way. But I'm just not crazy for that. And I think that's in my case, I think that's why he's restricted to the backup stories, because I don't think he's really strong enough, at least now, to carry an entire title by himself. And this Turok is written by Chuck Wendig, a real live author person. All right, I debated this, and I have mixed feelings already, even though I haven't read it. This is, I don't know how this comes across in, sealed in plastic and everything, but this is Doomsday. And if you play around with it, Rorschach's face shows the symbols for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. That's clever. Rorschach was always one of my favorite Watchmen characters. And so see what is done with him. We know that Dr. Manhattan is showing up in the Superman Action Comics. And anyway, we'll see what goes on. The Superman storyline picking up from the Oz Effect storyline. Again, as I said, I have mixed reactions with the Watchmen characters popping up in the DCU. I don't think they're going to be successful. I think if you look at the history of characters that DC picked up from other publishers, in a way, it's almost like even if those characters had a following, they almost go out of their way to change them, to say, see, it's a weak character, it doesn't work. I mean, look at the Charlton characters specifically, and most famously, look at Captain Marvel, who's not even Captain Marvel, he's Shazam now. And how many times have they tried to reboot that? Always unsuccessfully, because they don't have faith in the character as it was conceived. And this is why I don't have a whole lot of faith, despite Dwayne the Rock Johnson being Black Adam, which I think is a smart move for that character. I don't know how the Shazam character, as conceived, is going to fit into the DCEU, and I think someone said that it's going to be separate, which we can only hope for that. Separate like the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern, right? Okay, we got Redneck by Donny Cates. If this is issue number 7, which sort of picks up after the initial 6-issue run, I love this. I love this series. This was one of the guys at Big Red Comics. In fact, it was Robert, Big Red himself, who convinced me to pick up the book and try it out, and I'm really glad he did. You never know what's going to happen with suggestions from guys at comic shops, because sometimes I think they're just trying to unload books that aren't moving. But in this case, I'm really glad he recommended it. So check it out. It's a bunch of the redneck vampires who mix their blood with beer. Doesn't sound that bad, at least to me. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the Telltale series, which I understand is sort of, isn't this the one that kind of ties into one of the Guardians video games? Has Thanos in it, which is smart, considering what's coming up next year with the Guardians and the Avengers and the MCU. So we'll check it out. As I said, right now I'm picking up almost all the Guardians books. This series, the other one, the Infinity Quest series, and of course Groot and Rocket Raccoon, which really are good. I'm enjoying them all. And finally, just as I really enjoyed what Dynamite is doing with the Gold Key characters, we have Exo Manowar from Valiant. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not reading Ninjak or Quantum and Woody and some of the other ones, but this is good. I'm really enjoying it. I've always liked Exo Manowar, and like I said, I'm getting a kick out of it. Anyways, that's it for now. Kind of rambled a bit. I hope everyone had a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you spent it with some loved ones, as I did. And that's it for me. I'll try to be more timely. No pun. Next week. And see you again. Until then, peace out.